ordering from them, not because he wants to, but because they deliver.
Okay, I'm glad
said,
you brought that up. I'm glad you
said that Pizza Hut is better than Papa John's.
Okay, now what part of Pizza Hut is better than Papa John's?
Stuffed crust, plain, end of story.
Okay, that stuffed crust is pretty fire. I ain't gonna lie. Stuffed crust.
That's
fire.
really
but
redeeming
at the
part.
same time, Papa John's stuffed crust is like still just equally fucking delicious. And honestly, Papa John's doesn't fuck my stomach up as Pizza Hut does. And those motherfucking breadsticks, though. Oh God.
I don't think he heard you, Jesse.
Papa John's does not make stuffed crust.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
I had no idea.
Didn't we order it in Arizona? Didn't you get cheese-filled stuffed crust fucking pepperoni pizza? Yeah.
I don't remember.
The one in Arizona did. Yeah, we definitely did. Because you definitely fucking made sure you got stuffed.
I don't like stuffed crust pizza.
You don't like stuffed crust pizza?
No.
I fucking swore we got stuffed crust.
God, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That's what I'm saying.
Pizza goes on top.
Oh, hey, there's another topic. Stuffed or not stuffed. How about that?
But I guess I do love calzones. But that's one giant crust.
That's a big pizza pie right there.
All right, so you want to do introductions?
Well, we are back again. This one time on a podcast. Not our name we wanted once upon a podcast, because that fucking slag still has it. Last I checked, and they're probably pretty successful. Punch up, they say. Don't punch down. I am John Rutherford. Next to me is Japan.
Jason Phelps.
Phillips. Jason's son.
Japan. I forgot all about that. That's excellent.
My phone still says that sometimes, and now I just roll with it, whatever happens.
Fucking right.
Beautiful. And I am Jesse Densmore.
That's Jesse. And we're back for our second episode. We have not released the first one yet. We're still working out issues on uploading, which you think a 9-year-old in Bangladesh would be able to figure out since it's 2019, but
apparently fucking not.
That kid must be smart. So here we are. And I think the way we're going to do this is record a few episodes, and then we'll let everyone know what we're doing through Facebook posts and Snapchat. We're going to bother everyone on Facebook one day, and I think the reaction is going to be, oh, that's cool. You guys have a podcast? Yeah, I might check it out. But the fact that there will be maybe 3 episodes up that they can kind of binge or check out will be nice. Because
and a nice little feedback and banner is always
yeah. If we just had one episode up there that was 20 minutes long and they didn't like it, like, well, fuck.
Better luck next time.
First impression.
That's the end of that.
Yeah. We'll start a different podcast.
All right, new name, everybody.
So, should we talk about the topics we're going to cover so they know what we're getting into?
Yeah, it's a real quick one, too.
Yeah.
And do you or Jason want to run that down?
I'll do it real quick. So today we're going to do 90s Pennywise versus 2017 Pennywise. Which one's better, or which one do you think is better? Worst bands of all time. We're going to do bar etiquette. We're going to talk about the new Joker trailer today. And was there one more? I feel as if there's one more.
The Dirt.
Oh, and we're going to talk about The Dirt.
The Motley Crue movie that just came out.
Hell yeah.
Because this is, and you know what? I guess we should start saying the dates because they do that sometimes. Let's do the 11th.
12th. April 12th, 2019.
Fun fact: the next Friday the 13th is September.
Is it really?
Yeah. And we should do a podcast, a special Halloween prequel or something like that.
Oh, that'd be dope. I can do a shout out to my mom's anniversary then.
Yeah, it's Jason's mom's anniversary, so everyone stick around for that.
Look at it, right? Woo, woo.
Ow, ow!
We can talk about where Jason was conceived and his birth.
How Daylight really changed my life forever.
How they cut the wrong umbilical cord.
Tiny thing. Oh, shit. All right, well, fuck it. Let's get on with fucking some shit real quick, yeah?
All right, so, Jesse, what made you want to do the Pennywise topic?
So, it is one of the first books that honest to God, I remember reading from front to cover, and I've read it multiple times. It is, I think it's fair to say that it's my favorite book.
That's
So
a challenge because that's like, isn't it over 1,000 pages?
I think it clocks in at about 1,200.
Jesus Christ.
That's some Game of Thrones shit right there.
Right. And I remember the first time ever trying to watch that movie, I was terrified of it. Daniel Soto and his brother tried forcing me into this room and watching it. I was having none of it. And I sat down and watched it, and the 90s edition, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I think they missed a lot of the book, but as far as what they did cover, I thought it was excellent. That's pretty much what I pictured in my head as far as characters go.
Okay. Yeah, I read it in 2017. Took me probably 5 or 6 months, and I finished it right after we saw the movie in theaters. And yeah, fucking great book. I've read a couple more of his books. My favorite book probably being the collection of short stories, Night Shift. And
Tell me about that.
That's
really good.
I've been telling Jason to get on that because there's some great short stories in that, and a lot of those have become movies. But
Jason doesn't know how to read, though.
I just don't really. I mean, I'm just not the reading type, but I'm trying to really get back into it. I need to find some good books, hook it in. Actually, John has.
If only you fucking knew someone that had a literal small library and a bunch of recommendations.
Do you know how to read, my son? Well, it depends. Do you know how to fuck off?
So yeah, I only watched I think the adult part of the miniseries once because the kids part was a lot better. I've been watching video clips and reviews of it and how cheesy the adult part is. It's kind of off-putting, especially since horror has evolved so much since 1990 it came out.
I want to say 92, but I'm not gonna
when
go on record.
Originally it came out.
Are you sure about that?
I'm almost 100% probably was a year after I was born.
The TV miniseries says 19...
No, it is.
Oh, the
99
oh,
or 90. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right.
That's
you're
what
right.
it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's technically a miniseries.
All right. Well,
Mhm.
I did not know.
Well, the more you know.
Right.
Dropping some knowledge here. I did not mean to touch your leg like that.
You are
sorry.
A-okay, brother. Get the out of here.
Let the record show that they're holding hands right now.
Now I'm cutting off Phil's head with a chainsaw.
So, whose personality did you like better?
Okay, let's get into it. Now, we're talking movie-wise, not compared to the book, right?
Yeah.
We're talking Curry versus Skarsgård.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I still think Curry takes it. I absolutely loved his performance, and just his laugh alone. His laugh, still to this day, I'll watch that movie and it still gives me goosebumps.
For sure, I definitely agree with that. One thing also was he's definitely more able to talk to people. It's like he's not just a horror thing. Like when he's around, he can hold a conversation with and shit. Like that's pretty cool too.
No,
like,
right?
How
Absolutely.
he actually like lured Georgie into the fucking sewer like that.
Well, he did it in the new one too, though.
He did, but also I don't know.
Which I will give
more. I
will give the new one that much. I love that scene. That blew my mind. Actually, like ripping his arm off because they kind of just implied it in the original, but in the remake, that
fucked him up.
Oh yeah, and that lady on the
nuts.
porch, she just like turned around like, not my business.
Least fucks given.
Yup.
Well, no, I think she didn't hear him because of all the rainfall. It was noisy out.
And I think it was like lightning or some shit. It muttered out the screaming.
Yeah, because it was a full-on storm, and then she turned around and saw the big pile of blood,
which is not alarming at all, apparently.
But Yeah, I guess Tim Curry's is more inviting, where Skarsgård is more menacing.
Oh, for sure.
Which I like that. I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess that's my preference. But when he says like I'm Pennywise, the dancing clown, when he goes the dancing clown, like when he does that shit, I'm like, God, he's nailing this fucking role right now. Whereas Tim Curry, it's like, this motherfucker got lost on his way to the circus, and now he's out here killing kids. When Skarsgård's, it's a lot more evil to me, which I think that's a lot closer to the book.
I was gonna say you did mention that they never
Well-
really describe. Well, I guess that's more the look of what it
And
is.
the book, the cuntiness of the book purist in me likes that.
Yeah. But Jason did bring up a really good part, or like a good point about him being more inviting, because, obviously you're some creepy ass clown just standing there. Kids are gonna be like, no, like fuck off. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But like the invitingness of it, like, okay, yeah, like maybe you have something to offer me. I'm willing to hear your offer,
Like,
and then I'll tear your head off. That's just bipartisans,
Okay, yeah.
for sure. So I guess I kind of gets over the
Which-
personality of it too, in a sense.
Which Pennywise do you think looks better, or which one do you like to look more of? I guess.
Again, I'm gonna go with Curry.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Fuck that.
to be fair,
To be fair,
again, I watched the original and read the book approximately in the same time, so maybe I am a little biased on this. I tried to keep as
Little bit.
open-minded as I could watching the movie, the new movie, I should say, but I still, as far as it goes, I mean, I think Curry nailed it more with the appearance.
I don't know, man. I'm personally.
I disagree.
I really like the new way that he portrayed fucking it, like the skinniness. I like how they attached the lips to the eyes with the makeup and like it brought it all the way through.
The red.
That red line all the way he has, like following the cheekbones and like that smile he gives, those fucked up eyes,
Big ass white, his white
crazy
fucking five head.
Oh, looking gnarly, man. Like that's straight.
And
I'm
his
gonna shit my pants.
his
like, if I saw you in
arms,
real life.
his arms, and his legs like look skinnier, and he has like that ruffly shit in his shoulders.
Yeah, he's more than like I don't know. I guess with Curry, he was maybe a little bit bigger, or the suit he was wearing was more bulky, so you couldn't really. He was not as defined.
It was the 90s. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Although it takes place in 58 or 57, something like that.
Yeah, say late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're just a biased piece of shit.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. Set my ways, a grumpy old man.
All right, so then you think, I would assume that you would say you would take Curry for like the fear factor, you think? Or would you say Skarsgård had a better ability to put the punch on like the scenes in which, trying to actually get a jump or a scare or a scream?
I will give him that much. As far as jump scares go, definitely Skarsgård. For sure.
And I like that they didn't. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
I like that they didn't always rely on jump scares like all these fucking movies you see nowadays, The Conjuring and all this shit, where the girl turns around and there's someone right there.
The one jump scare I did like, though, it's like, how's it going, egg boy? Hey. Hey there, egg boy. Egg boy. Holy fuck, that got me fucking good.
The first part that scared the shit out of me was when, right before the rock fight, Mike looks across the fucking river and he sees Pennywise he's holding that severed hand and he waves it. I was like, yo, fuck that shit.
Honest to God, that is my favorite GIF of all time right now.
Yeah.
I use it constantly.
I don't know how to pronounce that shit.
GIF or GIF, I don't know. That's a side topic because the guy who created that is like, it's pronounced GIF. It's like, well, you're wrong in your own invention. Like, if the guy that made peanut butter comes out and says it tastes like dick, I'm gonna disagree with him. Just because you created it.
Now it tastes like fucking elephants too.
Just because you created it and said it's a certain way, you go, nah, fuck all that.
I don't believe you.
Like if the person that created the word meme come out and pronounce it memes, none of us would call it that.
No.
Anyway.
No. Oh my god.
Sidebar over. But yeah, I think it was definitely a lot scarier. And even that scene, something as simple as when he scared Eddie for the first time with the
that was the lepers, right?
Yeah, the lepers. And then he turns around and he's holding all the balloons and gives him that creepy smile.
Oh, dude.
I did like that inverted triangle that he had with the balloons.
Fuck, dude. That's
I
crazy,
like that a lot.
Or like right when his head starts creeping up out of the water in the sewer there, like, and his eyes just like all fucking bug-eyed out. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So I think he's definitely a lot scarier than Curry, although I think a couple of my favorite Tim, I'm just gonna call him Tim because is it Curry or Curie?
Curry. Yeah, Curry.
Tim's when he sees Eddie in the shower and he like widens the hole with his hands and like he rests his head on his elbow or on his hands. Kind of funny to me, but also that's when he shows his fangs a lot too. And then
well, right, like that scene especially right there. It's like, you know how, you know, he brings out the comedic of the clown, but also that's fucking terrifying. Yeah. You're in your school shower and all of a sudden you turn around and a clown's coming out of the drain pipe. Get the
40-year-old man just looking at it like, hey, how you doing, Eddie?
How about when they're in the house on Nebolt Street or whatever you call it?
Nebolt, yep.
When Bill and Richie see him, they go, "Holy shit!" He's like, "It's not real." He's like, "I'm not real for you." Am I not
that
real
was
for you? I was like,
that was good.
God damn it!
Oh, that's cringy.
This guy should play the Joker. He's basically the Joker on Met.
Easy. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. Oh, we will. Foreshadowing.
That's definitely not.
So I think he's definitely scarier.
Yeah. In my personal opinion, I said I
What the hell did you just say?
Say in my
Enunciate, motherfucker.
In my I kind of really like Skarsgård. I love how Curry, you know, I love the personality Curry. Tim. I love the personality and, you know, how his performance kind of being like a serial clown, but Skarsgård, man, the way that horror took place, just fucking got me on edge the whole time. Especially, he didn't have that many parts, but the parts he did have, fucking A. Just fucked up. Scared the shit out of me.
It was a very good performance, but I'm still landing with Curry. That's just my personal opinion.
Oh yeah,
but
everybody's got an opinion.
So Jesse, there's a scene that has been leaked from It Part 2, which, by the way, that trailer should be dropping any day because the trailer for the first movie came out in March 2 years ago. And the scene that they were talking about is when Beverly goes back to her apartment and she's an adult.
And she almost gets the shit beaten out of her.
She sees that old woman.
Oh, yeah.
That scene's in the movie.
Oh, that's amazing.
So she goes to see this old woman who's now living at her place where she grew up. And she sits down and have like a piece of pie or something. And she's looking at the old lady. And like shit starts to change around her. Like she didn't notice, like, oh, I didn't notice this was out of place. Or I didn't know she was, like her shirt was like on a low cut or black or whatever. And the lady's face starts to change and shit. And it's Pennywise the whole time fucking with her.
Holy shit.
So that scene's going to be in the movie. And also there's a scene that was cut from this movie where it kind of shows his origins back in the 1800s, I think, where he pretty much, long story short, feeds on a baby. I guess it's really dark and shit. And I think I sent you that link or I tagged you in an article or something about that.
Yeah, I read something about that. I really wish they would have put it in there. That's one thing that I was disappointed about the original, and I mean, hopefully they cover it a little bit more in part 2, but I absolutely loved his origin story in the book. Yeah. That was one of my favorite parts.
And I think that wraps up our topic on Pennywise. So we all agreed that Bill's better. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And eventually we can start doing polls and shit and figure out who likes what more. Not that the fans are going to be right, because whatever we say is going to be right.
Yeah.
So our next topic, Jason, what is our next topic?
Worst bands of all time.
Okay.
So Jesse's definitely going to have some heaters coming up, I think.
Well, then let me get mine out of the way first.
Because he's that music motherfucker.
Oh, also, Jesse, we were talking about this. We have these topics that we can revisit time and time again. So once we do the info for the episodes, we can title these Worst Bands of All Time Part 1. That way we can go back and revisit shit.
Hell yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No,
I'm saying.
The band I hate with the fire of 1,000 suns, and most of the time I hear their music is just on TV for like travel commercials, is One Republic.
Oh, God.
I can't stand them. I hate all of their songs. And that one song, It's Silly to Apologize. Okay, that was cool in the late 2000s or early 2010s.
It's like the only song I know by them.
And then they have that song, We'll Be Counting Stars. And it's like they were a ripoff of Imagine Dragons, but Imagine Dragons wasn't even a thing yet. I don't know. I hate them. I hate them a lot. And I didn't even do enough research because it would just make me even more upset. So fuck that band. And if you like that band, then thanks for listening to the podcast. Really appreciate it. And keep listening. And look for us on Instagram and Facebook. And thanks.
All right, Jesse, give me let's hear one. Who's the worst band of all time, you think? Oh, God, hear that grumble.
My first one I'm going to visit, I think you probably both already know this, but
I don't actually.
It's going to be Nickelback.
Okay.
That is calculated fucking music. That is music for the masses.
Oh, by far, yes. It's fucking. But the thing you got to realize though, it's it's fucked up. It's like if you go to a bar and they play Nickelback and everybody's all hammered, every motherfucker in there, you see them mouthing it, lip syncing it, fucking singing it, this whole shit. But at the end of the day, when they're stone cold sober, oh fuck Nickelback, like don't be all biased and shit. Like you love that shit deep down.
I think it's just cool to hate, honestly.
Oh, it's super cool to hate.
I thought you were gonna go with Creed 100%.
Dude, fuck that. Creed's a shit.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not a huge Creed fan, but I would definitely take Creed over Nickelback.
Oh, God, remember Clarky? What if?
Oh, yeah.
I think, Jesse, do you know the song This Afternoon by Nickelback?
Unfortunately, yes.
I think that is one of their best songs, which I know doesn't mean shit to you, but I thought it would have really caught on around here because, where we live and the people that live around here.
Right.
It's about just day drinking outside and all that shit.
Fuck man.
And I thought that would have really caught on. That came out between 2010 and 2012, and it just went away. And it's a good song. I think it's a legit good song.
What's
went away as it should. It should.
There you go. This afternoon. It's about
definitely check it out.
Yeah, we can listen to it after this.
I'll get it out.
Jason.
Oh shit. So mine's. So the one time I ever heard this band, it was like honestly, it was for like 4 seconds, and I hated the voice, and I just really was like, no, I don't like the song, and I think it's garbage, and that's Hole, and I don't care, and that's all I'm really gonna say about it because I really don't have much else to say about it because I just don't fucking listen to it.
Okay, who was Hole?
Hole is the band.
Courtney Love's band.
Courtney Love's band.
Oh.
No, it's not about that whole bullshit. It's just fact of like, God, I can't stand her fucking voice.
No, I'm in the same position as Jason. I tried to listen to them one time. I got about 30 seconds through a song. I'm like, no.
Can't do it. I can't fucking do it. I'm sorry, but Jesus Christ.
Plus,
I'll listen to
fucking
murderer. So that shit.
What'd you say, Jesse?
Courtney Love's a murderer.
Yeah. By the way, Soaked in Bleach. That's my recommended documentary.
I still gotta watch that.
It might be on Netflix. It's all about his
that whole deal.
Yeah.
Oh
it's
shit!
So
all right.
good. So in depth.
I never heard about that.
After you watch it, you're gonna be like, yeah, she definitely killed him.
Side topic. Talk about next time.
No, I mean, I believe she killed him either way, but.
Or he heard one song from her band and then killed himself.
Because it sucks dick.
Yeah.
Now that we got the worst bands out of the way, bar etiquette and tipping. And I want Jason to lead this off because I was trying to tell Jesse what we talked about last time about tipping and shit, and I couldn't remember what you were saying.
With tipping wise, well, you were asking me how if I'm a person who do I tip every drink or do I like my one full tip, like one gracious tip at the very end of the deal or in the very beginning? Like me personally, I order a beer and like I'll just pay for what I get, and then my second beer that I get, depending on how fast I kind of get it, and if I like them, there's a bunch of different little things that you kind of got to deal with.
Right.
But if I like the person, do they pay attention?
I thought of a bartender right away that he doesn't like.
Oh God, fuck that bitch. Well, do I like them? Or do they actually pay attention to like if I where my glasses or bottles at? Like, do I need a new drink? And like just kind of respectful shit.
Can I steal this glass?
Yeah, yeah. Fuck. But no, like second, third drink in, as long as you're doing good, man, and I actually like the person, or I think they're just doing a really good job. Fuck yeah, I'll tip them good, and hopefully they see that and they just keep fucking running drinks because hey, I'm having a good night. I'm here to spend some money, so fucking make my night worthwhile. Because otherwise, I'm out with this bitch.
Yeah. I was telling Jesse if I go to the Palms or Val's and it's it's dead or whatever, we're just hanging out. Like I'll tip them every drink, or like every other drink, like every 2-3 drinks, whatever. But if I'm trying to get their attention, I'll tip them every drink because I've never been a bartender. I know Jason has. I don't think Jesse has. But
no, sure.
In my mind, what goes through their mind if I give them like, the beer's $2.50, I give them $2.50, like, oh my God, I didn't tip. Okay, well.
Yeah, kind of, pretty much. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I only bartended for so long, but I've also been like living in bars since like fucking 5 with my dad. So. Yeah, people, notice that shit like, oh, this motherfucker's throwing $1 down every time I get a beer. Like, because you damn right, I'm going to fucking make sure I say, oh, you're at the bar, I'm definitely going to get you a beer.
Because what if you're someone who tips at the very end, but they don't know that? And then, like, say you get 5 beers and then you leave and you give them a nice tip. Like, oh, shit, I didn't know.
And like, hey, you're a fucking, and that's like I was talking about, bringing up politeness. Like, hey, be polite, be respectful to everybody, and you never know what you can get out of it. You never know. Like, you can get a fat ass tip. Like, man, I remember bartending this one lady. She's like, man, you got this, you got that. I'm like, dude, we don't got shit here. Like, this is some raggedy ass bar that has nothing. And she's like, all right, it's all good.
There's not even bears here.
Exactly. There's not even bears.
Fucking false advertisement.
And by the end of the night, though, like, I was bullshitting with her and all this and that. And, dude, she hooked me up with, like, a fucking $10 tip. And just her alone. And that was on a Saturday, which is a good night.
Question to both of you. Has anyone ever asked if the Bears Den was a gay bar?
Yep.
No.
That they have?
I've heard it before.
Really? No shit. No. It's huge. I always, like, is it a fucking the bear? I get what you say now that I think about it. Yeah, I definitely see that.
Because bear is a term used in the
he's bear.
Homosexual community.
Yeah, always sunny.
Yeah.
Fucking right.
Jesse, and we were talking earlier because you don't really fuck around with that stuff anymore because you said most places you go out, they just start a tab for you, right?
Every single place that I've been down here in Florida, every single bar, it's not pay per drink. It's they start you a tab. Every single one. So
no shit.
So my rule of thumb, unless I had fucking terrible service, my rule of thumb is 20%. That's just
that's more than generous. Like, fuck, man. Like, especially she is a nice bartender. Fuck yeah.
In all fairness, we don't know their gender.
Hey, can't Can't assume.
They could identify as attack helicopters, so...
I'm a fucking glittery dragon,
I think
so don't
that-
worry about it.
Wouldn't that fall under a pronoun?
No, it's just a noun, right?
No.
No, it's just a noun.
Yeah, that's just a noun.
Yeah. Or is it a... Oh, yeah, no, yeah, it's just a noun. Right? I don't know. I fucking failed English like 3 years. I have fucking no idea.
There's no making sense of that stuff. And we just alienated the one social justice warrior that tuned into our podcast. Let me just tell you right now, you can just fuck off and leave because it's gonna get a lot worse from here the longer we go.
Nah, fucking sorry.
We're dipping our fucking toes into this pool.
Oh shit. Also, all right, another thing about bar etiquette. Say there is some random ass girl crying, and not to be like that creeper style.
What if it's a guy crying?
It could be even a guy crying.
Okay,
It's not really that big of a deal. Are you gonna be that person? Be like, hey, dude, like, or
Depends.
like, hey, woman, like, you good? Like, nah. Okay, yes, it does depend. Definitely depends.
Like if you're crying,
how
I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here,
bro, like you're being a bitch. Like you need to get the fuck out.
What's your fucking problem?
But no, like I don't know. Are you gonna like console them or be like, hey man, you good? You need a shot? Like,
Why don't
pick 'em up?
you give us a situation?
All right. Well, I had a girl one time where she just had a really rough day, and everything that could possibly went wrong that day went wrong. Friends for
Hashtag Murphy's Law.
yeah,
I think.
fucking it. Yeah, pretty much like friends being pieces of shit. Like everybody can't understand her, this and that. And out of nowhere, like I'm just talking to her, she starts just like crying. Like, are you gonna console her and be that person to step out of your box and be like, hey, it's cool, even though you're in a fucking bar and usually don't cry in a bar? Or you can be like, oh, fucking cold shoulder. I need to go have a cigarette real quick and just not be part of that situation. Good job.
If I didn't know her, I'd probably just walk away and then point at someone I knew. But hey, look at this girl crying.
Yeah, probably. I would definitely. No, okay, what if you know her though? Like, what if? Okay, maybe
if I
you're
knew
good,
her,
you're good. You're a good friend. You're friends. Like you're friends, not like the best of friends, but you're friends.
yeah, I would have to. Like I would sit down. Like, do you want to go outside? Are you okay? Are you driving? Because usually they're hammered drunk if they're crying in a bar.
Oh, that's the best thing. Just give them the
Yeah. You want cab money? Like I've offered people straight up cab money. It's like, yeah, just go home. Shit. It's only $10. Fucking take it.
I give a fuck.
Jesse, bar etiquette. Don't cry at a bar.
Don't cry at a bar. That's not the best idea ever. Jesse, yes, no. Would you help him or would you?
Stop doing that?
Sorry.
Honestly, I probably would.
Yeah,
I probably would. Like, as much as I want to say that I wouldn't, no, I'd be sitting there, I'd have my beer, and I'd fucking feel bad. Like, all right, like, what's up? Like, talk to me. What's going on?
Especially like everybody's ignoring him. It's like, god damn it, man. Like, all right, no, fuck this. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. Like, dude, you all right? You good? Fucking A. Like, I'll take 10 minutes out of my night.
Yeah, you think it's gonna be 10 minutes.
Oh, dude, then it's like fucking. Oh, I've been there, done that. Fucking.
And then
god
like,
damn it.
And then you're like, I gotta piss and I'm gonna leave also.
Oh man. Tell you about fucking. I gotta take a piss and leave stories. Jesus Christ. That's right.
So I have something going with bar etiquette that I know Jesse's not gonna like. At Val's last night, someone decided that I should start working out again because all they were playing was heavy metal and yelling, thrashing shit. And I looked at John Coyle, I was like, my buddy Jesse would love this shit right now, and he would love that I hate it right now even more. Like, oh, I guess we're gonna go to the fucking gym after this.
I still, every time I'll be driving to work and a song will come on, be like, oh, workout music. Fucking good old John Rutherford.
Dude, they're playing Sepultura or whatever the fuck it is by Bring Me the Horizon. Just jam. Like, I know that's not very, like, that's a heavy song, but I mean, they're just like from there and anything above that, just.
Yeah, dude. My favorite hobby right now is I will sit at home and get on my TouchTunes app, and I'll pick. Right now it's Shamrocks over here, and I'll play a bunch of terrible fucking. Well, they're not terrible, but terrible if you're sitting at the bar trying to have a beer. My favorite one right now is I Come Blood by Cannibal Corpse.
Jesus.
That's awesome. I fucking love that name.
Yeah, and I know everybody at Shamrocks, I'm just picturing it in my head like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck played this?
Oh, you didn't play that?
What's that?
You didn't play that song? Or you did play that song?
No, I'll be sitting at home playing it through the TouchTunes app.
Oh, that's awesome.
Kind of like what I did when I bought all those credits for the Depot. Do you remember that?
Dude, you fucking...
Or not the Depot, I'm sorry, but the...
the Long Branch.
Yes.
Dude,
yes.
Dude, you fucking... Oh my god, you're like, dude, I can, oh, that's the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, so I was at the Depot getting drunk playing Slayer over at the Long Branch.
I didn't hear what you said, I'm sorry.
What did you say, Jesse?
About what?
The Long Branch.
Just now.
Oh, I was saying one time I got drunk and I bought credits for the wrong bar. I was sitting at the Depot trying to play songs there,
Dude.
and I ended up buying a bunch of the credits for the Long Branch. So I saved them, and what I would do is every once in a while I'd go in the Depot, be all drunk, and start playing Slayer and a lot of obnoxious music for the Long Branch.
Awesome. Great time. Great time.
Yeah,
every once in a while when I knew Maggie would be working at Val's, because she hates Steel Panther, and I don't care for him much either, but Brandon likes him, and he'd always play the song Community Property, and I would play it when I knew she was working, and I'd go in there, she'd be like, some asshole played the fucking song earlier. I'm like, oh, no way. But the thing is, she'll hear it, she'll stop what she's doing and go skip it immediately, like, oh, come on, just give it a minute, damn it. please. Or the time, the Super Bowl a few years ago, Brandon and I went there like almost noon, and we drank for like 9 hours. He was playing Limp Bizkit, and she put up a sign, it's on my Instagram, with Limp Bizkit with the circle and the line through it. And she had to take the sign down after a couple days because people were playing Limp Bizkit just because of the sign being up there. Oh, but yeah, Jesse, what else were we saying earlier about bar etiquette? I think it was like a side topic, like things you don't like to see at the bar, or like what's something lately you've encountered at the bar that's annoying as shit?
Well, I can't think verbatim what you were talking about, but today, for example, I walk in and I have a couple beers, and the bartender that was working that shift, she had left. Trish, she's fucking awesome. I love her to death. Good lady. And she ends up coming back in. She's like, Jesse. I was like, Trish. She's like, I forgot my phone at home. Somebody hit my car. Can you fucking call the cops for me?
Holy
I'm like,
shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm like, I will dial the cops and you can talk to them because I have no interest in talking to a cop right now.
The responsibility monster.
So, I mean, again, I love her to death. She's a fucking great lady, but I don't like having extra responsibilities because people are familiar with me.
Oh,
okay. Well, from that case,
depending on what it is, kind of.
I mean, if someone asked me to use the phone because their car got hit, I'd hand it over, no problem.
Yeah. But I ain't talking to them though. Like,
no, I'm not going to talk to the police.
No, you definitely
right.
You can have my phone. I don't give a fuck.
Did she expect you to talk to the police?
She asked me, she's like, can you call the non-emergency number for me? I'm like, I don't know the number.
Non-emergency? You don't know that non-emergency?
No, yeah, but I gotta Google this shit.
Like,
well,
I just moved there. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Well, the fact of the matter is, it has literally nothing to do with me. I'm sitting at a bar enjoying my fucking beer, and now you want me to fucking talk to police?
Yeah,
no.
Well,
no.
You know her, so she's like, hey, I know you. I trust you. You fucking call the police. My car.
No, and what I did is I fucking Googled the number, I fucking hit fucking call, and I handed it to her. I'm like, this ain't got shit to do with me. You talk to the cops. I think not.
I ain't doing it. Oh, shit. I fucking... Dude, oh, man, I hate those loud motherfuckers.
Yeah,
I can't stand it.
it's really just loud people, because I have good hearing as it is.
I got shit hearing. I still hate fucking
And,
loud people.
That, and this kind of goes into, Jesse, I was telling you earlier about Jason last night.
Oh, fuck.
When we're watching a fucking game at the bar, and a guy claps along to the fucking game, I'm like,
Did I do that?
you did it one night.
Is that what you were talking about? Oh, I didn't realize you were talking about me clapping. I thought I was just saying stupid shit.
And then at one point you were talking so loud, I was like, hey, bring it down. You're, fuck, sorry.
I do remember that. Well, it's because I'm going like half deaf, bro.
No, because I saw people behind you at the end of the bar, like, look up and look at you. It's like, I know if Jason sees them looking at him, he's like, the fuck's this guy looking at? Like, better fucking...
Oh, man. Dude, working in the steel factory, man, my fucking ears are shot. Like, my dumb ass doesn't wear ear protection. So,
well,
I know I should start. I know I'm starting now, but every time I get shit for like wearing earplugs. Whoa, why are you wearing earplugs? Because it's loud. Like, have you ever been to a concert? This concert, like, I got to concert my ears with steel fucking.
That would be a great topic for the next podcast, like masculinity and why men can't do certain things anymore.
Oh God, that'd be perfect. God, fucking A.
But are we moving on from bar etiquette?
Yeah, I think we're good on that.
Well, Jesse, how about you introduce the trailer deal that we're going to want?
We doing the Joker or the Dirt?
Let's do the Dirt because
right,
I'm excited about that.
So, Jesse, when did you watch this?
I think the day after it came out.
Well, I don't know what day it came out, but
I don't either.
Go on the fucking calendar, man.
I don't know either.
From Batman. That's a DC reference right there. Anyway, we didn't watch it till last week, right? Or was it this week?
No, it was this week. It was Sunday, right?
Sunday.
Yeah, because I was like, I got all fucking super stoned, and I was like, hey man, let's fucking watch it.
Oh, because that's when I saw the raccoon that almost killed me.
Yo, dude, that's a big ass raccoon.
Yeah, my dad didn't quite believe me that it was so big. I'm like, Dad, I'm not making, like, first off, I'm not that kind of person to make shit up just for a story. I mean, maybe a little bit, but you know. So Jesse, you had read the Heroin Diaries
multiple times.
Yeah, as did I. As Jason did not, I believe. Jason, what did you know about Motley Crue that was in the movie before you watched the movie? Like the Vince car accident, Nicky's OD.
I knew about Nicky's OD. I knew about him ODing. Like, well, in the movie they only showed him ODing like one time.
Right.
But and actually it was like 3 times, right? Some shit.
I think it was twice.
Twice.
The one. It wasn't Germany, maybe, or Japan. I don't know.
I think it's Germany. I don't know. I knew about the ODing. I did not know about
Vince Neil.
I did not know about his daughter. That was actually
I don't know anything about that.
I have no idea about that. Like, damn, like if that's true, like, dude, brother, I'm sorry, that's just fucked. Other than that, no, a lot of it, like, I'm not a huge, like, I don't know, I don't really look into too much stuff with, like, bands because I'm horrible with names as it is. And
right.
Fucking, could you probably start seeing them. Now I could probably tell you about them.
So, overall, going in kind of blind, the movie overall is pretty good.
Oh, dude, it's great. Like, there's some cringy stuff, and I'm like, oh, fuck, like, you did not do that.
Jesse,
and then you show it, and I'm like, holy fuck, they did that.
You probably thought the same thing as I did, like, they could have shown a lot more shit, and I think the casting was pretty good, except I didn't like the guy that was Vince Neil.
Who was that? Because he looked kind of familiar.
He's in the Punisher series on Netflix. That's all I know.
Oh, on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
And
yeah.
That time when Nicky OD'd, which I was just reading about it today, I forgot that the first time he OD'd was with Slash and another girl.
Okay, so fun fact about that movie: if you rewatch the scene of him ODing,
the guy in the house Slash.
Yes.
Like actual Slash?
No.
No,
Like
no. Some guy that looks like Slash.
During that scene, we're watching that. I don't know if Jason remembers, but I actually called out. I was like, I think that's Slash.
I do remember.
And then he OD'd. I was like, Slash was there when you. Yeah, okay. That was definitely a nod to the story. But and then I love how they had the part about him going home and recording a message on his fucking tape machine. Like, yeah, this is Nicky. I'm dead. Because he was such an asshole. He did that and didn't tell anyone he was alive.
One part that I really loved that wasn't really put in with the Heroin Diaries, how big of an asshole Mick Mars was. I did not know that until I watched the movie and started reading some stuff about it. He was a fucking dick, and I love it.
Now, see,
of course you would,
because in the Heroin Diaries, he's kind of like this guy that goes off to do his own thing, and then he starts to fuck around with the backup singer, which pisses off Nicky because they all had a rule, and it kind of leads to
girls equal trouble,
chicks equal trouble, which I wish they would have said that at least once because I love how he says that throughout the book, and they didn't show vanity at all. That this girl used to fuck around with Prince, that they had such a toxic relationship. Like, they'd fight, Nicky'd kick her out, whatever. She'd come over with a fucking bag of coke and like they fucking freebase for 3 days straight, and then they're back together again and
had one wild night and just start fucking all
they
over
could
again.
legit do like a fucking 10-part miniseries on HBO. But an hour 45-minute movie of like a 10-year career is good enough.
Oh, yeah, dude,
It's probably
right. Dude, I didn't know Jeff Tremaine fucking directed that thing. I was like, holy shit, that was awesome.
That's too.
I didn't know that, until the fucking credits rolled and I saw Jeff Tremaine. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes in the movie was Tommy's routine. How he woke up handcuffed. He find out, he wakes up, does coke or jack, whatever. They go backstage and they find out at the end of the night that it's Doug that handcuffs him to the post. But the part when he puked on the stripper, I laughed so fucking hard.
That shit was great.
He's getting a fucking blowy backstage after the show, and just
I think my favorite scene was the scene with Ozzy. That fucking killed me.
Dude, that was so epic. And that, I can't believe, dude, that guy, whoever that was that played Ozzy, looked just like fucking Ozzy.
Yeah, they did a great job with that dude.
With the lookalikes and shit? Holy hell.
I like how the guy that casted for Nicky had a strong jaw, because Nicky also had a strong jaw.
He probably had a warm mouth, too.
Fucking warm mouth. First team warm mouth. That dude. But my favorite scene of the whole movie was actually the very end, when the guy knocks on Nicky's door and they're playing Home Sweet Home. They bring out each guy one at a time, and it ends with them going on stage, and it has Nicky looking back at the camera. That was my favorite, because like they're all walking out, getting ready to fucking go, and just walking through the tunnel, like just that,
You ready, boys?
Yeah, you ready? Ready to go blow people's fucking
do
minds?
this shit.
That feeling, like, that's just something you see. Yeah, that's open. It's like when guys are walking out of a tunnel, like a sports game, It's like,
let's fucking do it.
Here we go. Yeah, there's no turning back. It's that weird little moment of like
huge confidence,
like purgatory, where you're only there for like a minute or some shit. I don't know.
You get that weird like the hype fucking you come up to.
It's like that feeling when you're pulling into a big party when you're growing up, like in high school or shit. And you're parking the car, like, all right, boys,
shit's about to go down.
You're fucking go. You got the cooler, got the 30s, got the fucking weed. All right, see y'all in there. So that was my favorite scene.
Yeah.
Maybe I read into that a lot more than you.
No, I think you did it well.
Well, thank you very much. Because I know how to read.
I'm not Jason. I know how to read.
Yeah, that was a call back to Jason earlier. Thank you for.
Okay.
So, if we've talked enough about the dirt, should we mention or suggest what other movies we would like to see about rock bands?
Oh, is this a fucking, you're going to slide in Green Room and how I haven't seen it yet?
No, but since you brought it up, Green Room is a great movie, and let's talk about that for half an hour. It's that movie where those punk rockers go to that fucking bar, ran by neo-Nazis, and they get trapped there.
No fucking idea what you're talking about.
Let's just move
You
past
can tell
it.
me about it later.
We talked about it multiple times.
Oh, well,
It's intense.
oops.
It's intense.
Is it? No,
It's very violent,
well, dope. Let's talk.
and a lot of people die.
Decent.
Dogs too, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't mind seeing a movie about, I don't know, I was gonna say Poison, but does anyone really like Poison that much for there to be a movie about it?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think they were like the Bush Light version
Def
of
Leppard or something. Maybe? Yeah. Pearl Jam?
I'd be alright with Pearl Jam.
Yeah, maybe if they got a lead singer that can fucking enunciate.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Wait, no, that's Creed.
It's both! It's both!
You don't fucking disrespect Eddie Vedder, alright? Eddie Vedder is a goddamn saint.
Creed and Pearl Jam, I got them mixed up. I wanna hear the hand. No, dog shit. Throw it out. Put on Kesha instead.
Okay, cute. Anyway.
Like I got.
Yeah. So if we have nothing else to
I think we're pretty much good.
to say for bands, nothing. Okay, maybe like a Run DMC movie, to change genres.
Hey, that wouldn't be too bad.
That'd be
He's got a lot.
decent.
His story's pretty fucking good.
Let's move on to the Joker trailer.
People call it good, man.
Yeah. The trailer came out like a week ago? Week and a half?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, like last week, last week.
Yeah, I've watched it like 10 times already. I couldn't help myself. It's Joaquin Phoenix, Martin Scorsese's producing, Todd Phillips has directed some good shit. He did the Hangover movies, and I can't remember what else right now. But have you guys seen Old School? Which you probably have.
Yeah, I've seen all this.
Yeah.
You know when Mitch gets the early flight home from whatever the fuck, Denver, and he goes to answer the door, and the guy's like, "I'm here for the gangbang." That's Todd Phillips. Did you know that?
No shit.
That's the director. Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix, I guess we could have prepared a little more about his career, but he's just a great actor. Long story short, and we can always do like a profile on actors and actresses later on with the show. But this movie is not connected to the current DC universe like Justice League or Shazam or Wonder Woman, which is strange nowadays with superhero movies because, what if we took all the movies and they're all the same universe? That's their thinking, because each time they do that, it's just more money. And it's weird to have a standalone film in the first place about a villain, but not connected to any other movie.
Yeah.
Which I love the idea, and I think the movie's going to be great. I would like to see more of that, but I don't think there's enough, originality that people are going to pursue that. Because everything's always about expanding the universe, adding more characters. That's why in Infinity War and all these Marvel movies, there's 2,500 main characters.
Oh my God, so many.
Yeah, there's 19 Marvel movies or some shit like that before.
There's a fuckload.
I don't know. But
For Infinity?
yeah. Something like that.
I mean, there's like 3 movies for every fucking movie.
Jesse, what did you think about the Joker trailer? Let's hear it.
All right. Honestly, when I first heard about it, I was like, nope, fuck it. Don't give a shit. Don't care.
Really?
What? Hold on. I'm getting somewhere. Because I really truly do think that oh fuck, what is his name now?
Jared Leto?
No. Absolutely not.
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill, I loved his voice, but you know who I'm talking about. Just give me the name.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Heath Ledger. Anyway, I thought he did excellent with his performance. I watched the trailer. I thought it was good. I thought it was a very original idea, but one thing that I always loved about the Joker, I'm not going to sit here and claim that I'm a huge fucking comic book guy or anything like that, but the one thing that I always did like about the Joker is that he is one of the only villains in comic book history that, according to comic book history, didn't have a fucking background. He just showed up and started being a fucking dickhead. Which
he kind of does have one, though.
Well, he does, but he doesn't, though. Because what I remember, what I know of it is that, like, in the movie, per se, and I haven't read the comics.
Per se? Oh, oui.
I don't know in the movie, I'd say that every time he's like, everybody's like, where'd you get your scars, or this and that, like, his story would always fucking change. Every story he said was always different. It was something different every single time.
Okay, you're going off The Dark Knight when he's talking about comics, though.
True. Which I guess is a different deal. It wasn't something about like his mother.
There's a Joker story where he's a stand-up comedian and it's just not cutting it, and then he takes a loan from some gangsters, I think, and then he can't pay it back, so they bring him in on a heist because he works security at some place, and then he puts on this red hood, which he falls into this vat of chemicals, and then it turns him insane. I think that's in The Killing Joke, that famous comic, which great comic, movie's okay, whatever. Batman fucks Batgirl. It's weird.
That's probably weird.
And
movie?
Yeah.
Jeez, right.
Yeah. So I think that's the backstory they're going with. I don't think he falls into the vat of chemicals. I think it's just him being beaten up by society and literally being beaten up. And I want to see what makes him crack finally. I don't know what it is. Like, wonder if it's that scene on the train where those guys jump him. And do you think that's his laugh right there for the whole movie, or like for the rest of the movie?
That scene where he's fucking sitting in the bar, or no. Okay, I guess
on the train.
Yeah.
Because did you mention that you hope he has a good laugh, or maybe that was the guy that I work with? I'm not sure.
Might have been the guy that you work with, but
okay.
Yeah, that would be pretty decent. That was all right.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I mean, that finishing scene in the trailer where it actually shows him in full makeup, that looked pretty decent.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, and I'm very interested to see what he's gonna say to Robert De Niro on that talk show.
What are you talking about?
There's a scene where Robert De Niro, we assume, is playing like a talk show host, and the Joker's backstage, and they're about to introduce him, and he's gonna go on stage and talk to Robert De Niro.
That was De Niro?
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
I didn't even notice that.
See that part? I must have just fucking stopped it.
It's kind of a quick cut. It's only a few seconds long because it shows Robert talking to like a live crowd, a live audience, and then the Joker's backstage. I think he's in his full makeup and shit. So it has to be near the end of the movie.
I like when he grabs his lips.
Yeah,
dude, that shit's fucking nuts. Being a little quiet, but no. Speak up. when he grabs his like his fucking lips, dude, and like pulls his smile wider, like with the makeup on and everything. Like,
that's a fucking great.
I was like, all I could think of is like, man, like you don't even like, man, how are you gonna get those cuts? Like you just think you want a wider smile, but you really don't, because that's gonna hurt, man. Oh shit! Like,
see, I really liked it when he did with the kid.
What's that, Jesse? What you?
I said I really liked it when he did it with the kid. That like, oh shit.
Do you know who that kid is?
No.
It's Bruce Wayne.
Get the fuck out of here.
You get the fuck out of here.
Is it really?
Yeah. That guy.
How do you know that?
Because I read it in some shit.
Oh, Jesus.
Supposedly it's Bruce Wayne, because I see a lot of people go, oh, there's not even going to be a Batman in this movie.
Wait. So if that's Bruce Wayne, then the Joker's been around longer than Batman has been
See,
around?
it's not canon though.
Right.
It's not a part of the DC universe, so it don't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just a one-off story, whatever.
This is some bullshit.
Which is why it's so weird. Because you have a Joker.
Oh, this isn't even like another type of bounce off. This is just some fucking.
No, we said that. God damn it!
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. My bad.
It's not connected to the universe in any way.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, they go so many different directions.
They could. Yeah. Supposedly that's Bruce Wayne. That's just the shit I've been seeing. Because
that'd be pretty cool though. Actually.
That scene where he's holding the revolver and the guy's talking on TV, he's like, what? Some kind of coward who can't believe he would do this. That's supposed to be Thomas Wayne. Yeah, and I think I've seen some theories that the movie's going to end with the Joker shooting Bruce's parents in the alley.
Decent.
And
all the bring up to that to where he wants to fucking
supposedly, yeah.
That'd be pretty. That's pretty fucking cool. I dig that.
I'd be okay with that.
It fuck with the other movies, like how to bring it up with the fact of him being this. What? Does that mean like the Joker's already like fucking? I don't know.
It's not canon though.
I know it's not, but I mean, it would be the Joker has to be at least in his mid-20s to even look.
Right, but it's a one-off story, so they can.
Can you explain what a one-off story is real quick? Like just quick.
They're doing this movie, and then they're not doing anything else with it.
It's just one.
No sequel, no Wonder Woman, nothing. It's not with that universe at all.
Well, I get that it's not with the universe, but they're just. This is like we just feel like doing a fucking Joker movie real quick, and our own way.
They're making their own shit.
Well, I hope it fucking turns out well.
Jesse, how much time we got?
Just over an hour.
Did you pick that up?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
Give it to me.
I'm driving it.
All right, you want to start cutting it short?
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, we have covered some good topics, and
good topics.
I guess we should start ending this by Jesse. What do you have coming up? What do you have going on later on? Not recently, later, obviously.
In the next week future.
And I have nothing. Nothing.
Should we mention some topics we might talk about next time?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you got in mind?
I think I have 6 ideas written here. We'll just call it overrated hot people.
I like it.
Overrated or underrated holidays. Popular movies you don't like. Bad movies you do like.
Ridicule and why so fast on the negativity.
Say that again and make it make sense.
Ridicule and why people are so fast to shame somebody for something that they might disagree with or just think is dumb, but instead of asking a question, they just want to say, hey, you're fucking stupid, and something like that one.
Okay. And we could throw some social media in that too.
Yes,
and
exactly. That's kind of where it comes from.
I have an idea here. It's kind of my own idea. Pitch a serial killer movie.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Sure.
Which could be topics we can talk about next time, but we don't come back until 2 weeks from now, which I think we'll think of some more shit. It's a Friday night. Not sure what we're doing yet. I kind of feel like staying in, but I'm not sure.
You kind of don't. Well, it's like, it's 7:15 already. Shit.
Jesse, what are you doing the rest of the night?
I'm going to sit here. I'm going to drink. I'm going to play PlayStation. I am actually going to the drag strip with a buddy tomorrow, so...
Do you work tomorrow?
Fuck no, I don't work tomorrow.
No? Tonight? Oh, yeah, that's right. You got like 1 extra week. You're going to a drag strip. Have you ever been to there?
Not to the one down here.
I mean, have you ever been to a drag strip before, though? I'm assuming
yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay.
With cars, not like people.
Yeah.
Ayo. Baba Booey.
All right, well, this is John Rutherford, and I am signing off.
This is Jason Phelps. Take it easy, brothers.
And this is Jesse Densmore. Go fuck yourselves.
Oh, shit. Coming with the hard knock.
And hail Satan.